Hello, so on our beginner course, today we'll be looking at the various tools, how to use the various tools in Photoshop. And so basically we have quite a number of them. We have the move and selection tools, we have the crop and slide tools, we have the measurement tools, the retouching and painting tools, and we have the navigational tool, the drawing and type tools. So I will categorize them into that category and then we'll take them one by one. Let's start with the move and selection tools. So the move and selection tools are basic tools that we all know. On Photoshop, we have this one is known as the move tool. So what does it do? If it's click, you have to click for it to work. So this is the first one. Under move, anytime you come on Photoshop, if you see a down button like this, you know that there are other tools subtype under them. So if you right click on it or you just click on the drop down button, it will come up with the other tools. So it is the move tools that you selected. So what does the move tool does? So the move tool is used to move selected area or the entire layer simply by dragging it. Okay, so if the move tool is selected as this and then you left click, then you can drag the selected part. This just on this one is just the Nigerian map that is selected. So that's the only layer that is selected. So as I click on left click on it and hold, it's dragging. So that's what the move tool does. So it's either you use the mouse or you use the keyboard. By double clicking on the keyboard, it will still move. Okay, so the move tool is basically to move something. Maybe while you are designing, while you are editing, you want to move one thing from one place to other. You click on the move tool and then you um you do the movement. So the next one is the add board tools. Now what does it do? So what does the add board do? Okay, the add board tool it allows you to design multiple web or UX layouts for different devices or screen. So I don't know why they put it together with a move tool, but well, that's what it is. Show you from here as well. Okay, now from here now, if you any of this orientation, you can bring an add board here by clicking on this, checking on this, it's going to come out as add box. So once it comes out as add box, this add box one, add box. If you want to add more, you can let's say let's use this one. Once I click on the add board tool and I select like this, it assumes this is the layer I've selected for you. So if I'm done designing here, if I click here, it's going to add more. If I click here, it's going to add more. If I click here, it's going to add more. So that is what the artboard tools does. And then if you want to change to it directly, a command key, if you just press V on your keyboard, it's going to switch you to this artboard tools. Okay, so basically the artboard tools allows you to design easily multiple face, just like you see now. So let's say I'm designing maybe a sticker or the different face, or a what would I say, a complimentary card, or I'm designing a web page, so you can use an artboard to do that. So basically this is what the artboard tools does. So next is the rectangular marquee tools. It has a shortcut key M. Once you press M on your keyboard, it moves you to the marquee tool. Okay, so the marquee tool has varieties of them. We have the rectangular, which means what I wanted, if it's a rectangular shape, so I use it to draw like this, and let's say I fill it using control space. If you use control space, sorry, control and back backspace, it's going to fill with your background. If you use shift and space, it's going to fill it with your foreground. So um as I use the marquee tool and the rectangular marquee tool and make a selection, I fill it with that. So that's what you can use it in basics to do. We have also the elliptical marquee tool, which helps you draw in cycle. So if you want this cycle to be in a correct shape, you just press shift and it's going to give you it's going to go in a complete cycle format. Okay, so same thing. I can fill with a backspace or using the foreground space and the backspace. Then I'll change it to foreground. When I okay, so it's going to um, do the filling with the foreground. So to deselect, you just Control and D. So that's a keyboard control. So basically, these two helps you the design. The rectangle helps you design draw in rectangular sections, and then the elliptical, who is the one of cycle. Then we also have the single row marquee tool. The single row, I think this you see. So once you select once, it draws a horizontal line for you. Then let's see filling it whether it's gonna do. Let's see. Let's see. Is it going to fill? Yes, it does. So it's going to fill it for you in a horizontal. Then we also have the single column. The other is single row marquee tool and the single column. Click once, left click once, and then let's do a filling as well and see. So and then we do Control D to deselect. So basically, it's filled in rectangular and horizontal based on which one you select. So we have the rectangular marquee tool that helps you draw a rectangular selection outlines. We have the elliptical marquee tools that helps also in drawing in cycle. Okay, so then we have the single row marquee tool, and then we have the single column marquee tool. So this will help. So you've seen basically how we are able to achieve this by using these examples. So the next one we have is the lasso tools. They are also selection tools. So under lasso tool, we have the lasso tool itself. So this one, what you do is that once you want to select an area, you left click and then you draw around the cycle without releasing it. So once you release it, make selection. So if you just do once and leave it, so you have to draw around the cycle you want to do. Let's say you want to select an area where you want to maybe patch or anything, you use these lasso tools. So lasso tools is basically used to select, but you just click once, left click if you're using a mouse, you left click and then you draw. So that's how this tool works. Then we have the polygonal lasso tool. Okay, let's say we want to make selection just to select out this Nigeria. Okay, let me bring out an example to work on. So next is polygonal lasso tool. So let's say we just want to remove this portion. We use polygonal lasso tool to make that selection. So you see, we just remove a part, not the entire, just a portion we're interested in. So it select like this. And then you can use move tool to move just this around. That's another thing you can do with this. So then let's come back to our lasso tool. So let's deselect. So you see, we'll be able to move this to another portion, but let's just return it. So you can use this to actually cut off your background for an image. You can use it to make selections for some certain things we want to heal some spot and all that. So you have to be careful while removing it because it helps you go around the portion of the image or anyone. But then I'm just trying to do a hypothetical example. So let's say you're done like this and you want to remove it. Oh, where is it? Let's say you're done and you want to remove it. You can just first unlock this and you press space. Let's return it. If you want to remove the background, you then press right click on this and then you select inverse and then it's gone. So basically, that's what you can use the polygonal tools for. Okay, so we have the magnetic lasso tool. Let's deselect. On this magnetic lasso tool, now this is what you do on this one this time around. When you press, you just keep going. It just keep magneting itself around the portion as you go. So it keep magneting itself around. So it has to have a point of pinning. It keep magneting itself around. So until you find a place where it will magnet itself. So depending on the resolution of the image, I think. So you see, so it's going, it keeps going continuously. But sometimes the accuracy determines how you've mastered the art. Okay, so um, so that's how you use this magnetic lasso tools. So you keep going, and let's say we bring it to an end. So basically, that's how. So it's the mastery that really gives perfection to this. So let's control D. So the next tool we have is object selection tools. So let's bring this down. So that's the next tool, object selection tools. What does this do? This helps you select an object just by dragging a rough selection outline around it. So just like we use a polygonal lasso tool, we can use object selection tool just like this, and it will make a selection around. So it's still processing. So you see it has make a selection. So that's another important of these tools. You need to know how they are being applied before. Uh, so it has also a keyboard control key. If you press W, it's going to automatically activate object selection tools. It's just going to select. It's just going to make a selection. Maybe it's going to either pick a quick selection tool or a magic one, but then all of them has the same control key as W. So this object selection tool was introduced in the recent version, I think either version 2021 or thereabouts, but it was introduced. It wasn't in the previous version like the 18 and the rest. So you may be using 2018 and maybe you didn't see this, so just know that all you need to just to update it because it was just brought about in the recent versions. Okay, so the next we have is these quick selection tools. So let's deselect this, control D. So in this one you just drag, you click and drag. So once you click and drag, it makes selection to wherever you want to. Okay, so it also has where you want to you want to minus some stops, you use this one. If you want to add, you do, basically. And then this is how you go about it. You just make a rough selection. I'm just trying to make a rough um how you can do this in rough. We'll go in deep when maybe in some of our video. You can deselect. Let's see, if you press plus, it means you want to add a selection. If you didn't want to subtract from the selection, like I want to subtract this portion from the selection, so at the end it's just this portion that is selected. If I want to add, is to say, okay, I need all of them inside the selection and all that. So that is the next tool. So also deselect. The next one is the magic wand tool. This one, you just make a one-time selection and it selects just the place with the same what will I say, select area of similar colors with a single click. Yes. So if I select now, so all the areas with the same texture, same color, same this, is just going to make selection. So most of the times, let's say you have a white, you see this place will make another. If I click on the black spot, it's going to make another selection and all that. So that's what the magic wand tool does. So basically, this is just all about the move and selection tools. So we'll go into more details of the other tools in the next episode. So stay tuned, and for now, bye bye.